I used to live in a small rented house. It wasn't much, just enough to get by. I lived there with my grandparents. I never really talked to them much. They stayed in their room, and I stayed in mine. Maybe it was because I had gotten used to being alone. I worked late shifts, so I usually came home at night. After work, I'd sit in my room, play games, just trying to escape everything for a while. My room was always a mess, not because I liked it, but because I was too lazy to care. One night, I got off work later than usual. As I reached home, I felt something strange, like a presence behind me. I turned around quickly, but there was nothing there. Still, the feeling stayed with me. It wasn't normal. It was clear, real. I tried to ignore it. I went to the kitchen, grabbed some noodles, cooked them, and took them to my room. My PC was already on, so I sat down and started playing. A few minutes passed. Then I heard it. A knock on the door. At first, I didn't think much of it. I assumed my grandparents would open it. But then, something hit me. When I came home earlier, I had knocked too, and no one answered. I had to open the door myself with my key, which meant they were probably asleep. So, who was knocking now? I stood up slowly and walked toward the stairs. Before I could reach the door, bang! A loud knock. So loud, it echoed through the house. I froze. It was strong enough to wake anyone up, but there was no movement from my grandparents' room. No sound. Nothing. My heart started racing. I walked closer to the door and unlocked it with trembling hands. And right then, I felt it. Something. Crawling over the door. Moving fast. Climbing above me. And rushing toward the upper floor. Toward my room. I panicked. I quickly pulled the door open, but there was no one outside. No footsteps. No shadows. Nothing. That's when the fear truly hit me. What if that thing wasn't human? What if it was something else, something not meant to be seen? I shut the door immediately. My hands were shaking. My chest felt tight. I needed answers. I decided to check on my grandparents. As I walked toward their room, I heard it again. Another knock. This time, from their door. I stopped. I didn't want to move, but I had to. Slowly, I reached for the handle and opened the door. The room was empty, completely empty. No one was there. Not my grandfather, not my grandmother. No sign that anyone had ever been inside. My fear turned into pure panic. I ran out, calling for them loudly. Over and over again, but no one answered. It was like they were never there. I didn't know what to do anymore. Even going back to my own room felt impossible. And then, another knock. This time, from my room. That was it. I lost control. I ran outside the house, screaming. People gathered around me. I was crying like a child, terrified, broken. I don't remember what happened after that. Everything went black. When I woke up, I was lying on a bed. Some relatives were sitting around me. They looked worried, confused. I asked them about my grandparents, and what they told me destroyed me. My parents were gone since I was a child. I knew that. But my grandparents, they had died too, in a car accident, a year ago. I couldn't understand it. If they were gone, then who was living with me? And that night, those knocks, that thing, the truth. Maybe it wasn't just my imagination. Maybe something had been trying to reach me. Or worse, maybe it was them.